place semi-finals, Kenya, Japan.
Take a look at the two sides, and Dan, you know this Japan side well. You've coached with them, you've visited them. Nelson Oyu is their captain. He leads by example there, and of course Alvin Otieno, the water buffalo, so hard to bring down for this Kenyan side, but the atmosphere...
No, as you can see, it's buzzing up there, isn't it? Everybody's bouncing in Singapore, and again, the series has grown so much competition, and I think we're all excited to see how this game goes as well.
So the teams take the field right now. Fireworks in back play at the National Stadium here, and Kenya 13th on the series, Japan 16th. Kenya, another player and coach with England as well. And again, he's our referee for this clash from Fiji.
Side of the line, but again, really enjoying it, and again, I'm taking so much joy from seeing this Japanese team getting the results finally, and hopefully getting the performance in this next game as well.
That's right, what an honour for them to have you in their ranks as well for a little while. Kenya receive this on the right of your screen. Alvin Otieno moves it to the left. It is the 9th place semi-final, wins this morning for both these sides. Jeff Oliwoch, the police officer, takes it to the line. Edmund Anya is there in support. Brian Tanger, who's been their go-to player, finds Otieno in midfield. Big tackles coming in on Big Alvin. And they need to do that because this Kenyan attack playing some brilliant rugby this weekend as well. Anya fends off a couple and then finally brought to the ground. Oliwoch is there at the halfway line for the Kenyan side, looking to stretch and get Kevin Wikisa in the hole. Oro, in fact, it is. Brilliant bit of work. It's King George Oro that stretches the legs, and Kenya start cutting loose early on.
Great start there by Kenya. George Oro going through there, through the gap. Kenya keeping ball, dragging through there and finding the gap there. A little bit too easy there for the Japanese defence. They want to stay square there and try and move forward rather than getting dragged. They know there's no space out there, so by...
Late switch. George Oro, David in Hong Kong 2022, from the same tribe as Alvin Otieno. Guided them. New form of rugby as well. The battering ram. It's great to have players that mix it up. You've got the speed, but then you need the strength as well.
Yeah, no, it was always a tough ass play against the Kenya team there. Generally big men, so it was a physical, mental battle to try and stay and stick in those tackles.
And a restart, perfection. Nelson Oyu, the captain, leaps up and gets this one. Amondi shifts it to the left-hand side. Kenya, with a crowd behind them. Brian Tanger, a couple of moves. Otieno. And now here is Tony Amondi. Japan want to see if they can get this one back.
Knee on the ground.
Possession yet. Knees on the ground, so tackle form as Tanger comes again to Otieno. Big buffer. Massive collisions when he's involved. To bring him down and the tackles start to stick. 7-0 so far in this first half. Amondi gets another switch. Oliwoch does well in midfield. Anya is there. Can't get the offload, but they recycle well. There's Damien McGrath's side. For Kenya, the Shuja Sevens from Nairobi. George Oro, the 23-year-old, takes it in yet again. Oliwoch looking to go on the outside. Flick ball is brilliant. They connect well. Big buffer on the outside. Alvin Otieno! Oh, he's in the corner. The big five. The lion, the leopard, the rhino, the elephant, and Alvin Otieno.
Standby ticks.
We will check.
The Buffalo doing what he does best, smashing over from 5 metres out there. Again, one of the hardest players in the series to stop.
Ticks have a decision.
Looks good.
You may award the try.
Try scored for Alvin Otieno.
Run over me a couple of times when I was playing, but again, many people have. But no, like the power, the speed, the ability to keep going and just dragging people along with him is just one of his main things what attracts us to watching Kenya play and watching the Buffalo.
They lead 14-0, 3.5 in the first half to go. So there it is, contestable. And Kenya have knocked us on. So Japan will take position, and the first real chance we get to call their names in action.
Yeah, definitely. So again, both teams are possession teams. So Kenya keep the ball and try and move from width to width. Japan do
by trade, but a Sevens fanatic by night. He's here at one of the many events on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series. Japan now, first chance for them. Noguchi, who's very good, gets away to Ayashin. There's the loop around. Oh, and he gets free. Brilliant bit of skill from Japan. Noguchi beats another. What an outstanding runner. Yoshihiro Noguchi links up really well. It's a flat ball on the outside. The offload almost coming. Latinara Soijima into the action. Quick ball from Taninaka. Japan looking dangerous now. On the front foot, Maruo flips it in beautifully, connects. Tiger Ishida will score for Japan. First possession, first score.
Third of the weekend. Again, 2 important tries yesterday. But again, Japan showing, keeping the ball and being able to move it, playing to their strengths. It makes it really hard to defence. And nice little offload here inside. Makes it look so easy.
Dan, tell us a bit about joining when you were helping Simon with coaching. You were working with the backs, obviously. What's the skill level like there, and how did you help to improve?
Yeah, so again, spent a lot of time with this man here in the shots. The edge guy is trying to get them to understand, like, there's opportunities on the edge. There's not a lot of space, but there's still opportunities to use our skill set, speed and power, and using their feet to come inside, as we saw then, to get the try. So it's good for both teams.
Well, I love that you got to work with the players, and now you're commentating on their action here in the booth with us on this series. It's 14-7. Japan successful with conversion as well. Minutes ago in the first half in this ninth semi-final, one coming up after this, South Africa v Spain. Kenya with possession. Nelson Oyu. Now on the near side, Edmund Anya takes it to the line. Anya out of the Impala Saracens Rugby Club. Brian Tanga, their tricky customer, keeps it tight. Uses those driving legs of his upfield. Does the 27-year-old.
There.
Quick tap for Olioch, the police officer. Looking to run around a couple and gets Anya with him in great support and good fends as well. Water Buffalo goes in there. Sojima. He just pinches that one, but it comes back to Big Buffer. And Kenya again with more possession and momentum. The police officer in the middle, Olioch. Good carry.
Clear release. Clear release. On the mark.
Oyu wants to keep this going. Looking for their third try. Kenya to the right. Aworo goes up the middle. Oh, the big frame yet again. King George has his second and the celebration to match.
King George in for a double there. Nice little dance as well. Hitting the gritty. But yeah, again, 2 penalties there on the bounce, or 3 penalties on the bounce there. Just working them down and running out of men, using that power, handing them off there. Losing his feet there and getting to the try underneath the posts.
A great strike from George Oworo, the 23-year-old. He's second in this game out of the Strathmore Leos club. Guided him to third sevens. Conversion from in front is over. Half-time whistle sounds. And in the ninth semi-final number 1, it's Kenya that have a strong lead against Japan here by 21 points to 7. With me, 358 tries. He scorched quite a few against me personally, but he's now a good friend, so it's all okay. Japan with Latinaro Sojima picks it up, and Noguchi does really well, and they step off the right to get early possession. Latinaro Sojima, 39 years of age, one of the experienced players in the team, of course. Kipe Taninaka done well this weekend. Space on the left-hand side. Here he goes yet again, using the feet. Latinaro Sojima wants to switch. Unfortunately, comes off one of his teammates.
Yeah, they worked the ball really well there and got a nice little line break there, but unfortunately the handling area let them down. Tough start there, but again, Simon was saying at half-time, they've had the ball once and they scored, so this just gives them a lot of confidence. They need 3 more tries to win this game. That's a nice challenge for them, especially in this position of the long-term plan of thinking about the Olympic qualifier and the Asian Games later on in the year. If they're in this position 21-7 down, how do they find a way of winning the game? That's really important to understand here.
Yeah, it's that beat Ireland yesterday, 12-7 in Hong Kong, China earlier today. Here comes Kenya. Do love a set-piece try. As they flick it up to Anya, is full of running. Edmund Anya, debuted Las Vegas 2019, and he'll have a penalty with Brian Tanga. Switching direction to Kevin Wakisa. Alvin Otieno gets rid of one. Big Buffer still going strong. Scored a try already so far. Wakisa moves it to the left now for Kenya. Side coached by Damien McGraw. Oworo got a couple already. There's Big George. He's in the jersey 3. Kenya reload. Very close against France and the USA yesterday on day 1. Wakisa gets a great fan. Gets rid of one. And then Big Buffer now gets the bounce pass. He absorbs a couple of players as Alvin Otieno. But Japan get all over this one. Great bit of play again. Generally, English speakers, what's it like to get the message across to the Japanese players?
Yeah, again, apart from the obvious, the language difference, like in those half-time huddles, there's not a lot of time. You can't breathe, you can't see very well. There's not always information you can take in, so it's about being really clear and concise on what the message is. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. It's just about understanding the process before the game.
And that was a nice little break from Kipe
Knock on.
Taniaka, and Noguchi comes across there and just forcing the knock on there.
Of obviously rugby, and they've got some amazing players. It's just being able to support them. Again, I'm on the start of my rugby coaching journey as well, so
Sit!
I'm really enjoying learning from Simon and understanding the different culture as well.
The wealth of knowledge they have at their disposal with you, helping them out. And Mondi loops around. Brian Tanga gets a nice little switch to Nelson Oyu. It spins around out of one. Oyu still going strong, gets the flick on the outside. Tony Amondi cuts back in for Kenya. The Shuja Sevens are roaring here in Singapore.
Great try there from Tony Amondi. Again, Japan losing their feet there, but it goes without saying, you have to take them down in the first tackle. So Japan losing their feet, but beautiful play there by the Kenya, running their cut plays, throwing people around, keeping himself alive, fighting through the tackle. And again, boom, arm free, and just being able to offload, a nice little step there to the inside and just waltz in underneath the near the posts.
Tony Amondi, mechanical engineer, graduates next year. I think Amondi recently graduated, so congrats to him out of the Mwamba club. 26 points to 7. And make that 28 now. Just Kenya, Olindi goes deeper, so a chance now for Latinara Soejima to take possession for Japan, to go down the short side. When they have it, they can certainly entertain. There's some big steps coming in here from Ren Miyagami. Debuted in the Spanish League in Malaga in 2022. Kick over the top from Taisei Hayashi. Their chasers there as well. Will this be too long? No, it sits perfectly down. Oh, and that race just won by Olindi. Exciting passage of play from Japan.
Yeah, great option there. Again, with Kenya being 7 up, there's an opportunity there in the backfield. Lovely kick there, just couldn't get back in time, and I thought that the Japanese player was going to get himself ahead there, but yeah, hell of a foot race there, and great decision there by the Japanese team.
Kenya go quickly. They go down the front here. Daniel Tabu. Brilliant bit of skill from Tabu. Catching him unawares. Flicks it in to Johnstone and Lindy, who is going to put on the legs and go the distance. It's Kenya. They go from their own try line. And Olindi, out of the Homeboys Rugby Club, touches down. Quick thinking from the Shuja Sevens.
Yeah, Lindy there getting the long ranging sprint there from 60 meters out. But again, Japan were a little bit slow there. They weren't set. They weren't ready off the 22 restart. So they had an amazing kick to get themselves in that position, but they were slow off the restart, and now they got paid for it.
Shoizima on the ground, unfortunately, there for the Japanese side. But on the other side, Kenya ranging up and having so much fun, expressing themselves out there in this game. They beat Canada 28-14 earlier today, and are looking to follow up with their second victory. And it's great for Kenyan rugby because they have been towards the lower end of the sides, finishing between 10th and 15th usually.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, this is, again, when it comes to the day 2 and game 5 and game 6, this is definitely a more mental battle than it is a physical one. It's a physical for everybody, but as you're seeing here, Japan are a little bit off the mark in some of the areas, and they're being put to the sword. So it's one of those things that, yes, it's a physical battle, but can you mentally switch on for every game as well? That's the really important part of sevens now.
Yeah, it really is. Great to get your insights. Dan Norton alongside me is Japan for the last play. Yakushiji to the ground. Latinara Soejima gets it away again. Can they strike one more time before we're up on time? And a nice delayed switch here. Taisei Hayashi fights and looks for support, but the ball's been ripped from him. Looking promising again. Olindi floats one over the top for Kenya. A step as they go up the middle. John Okio gets rid of one. And a second. Still going. There's no one else back. So Kenya will dance in for another score. And it's the big frame of John Okio, the 22-year-old, that finishes off this game.
First try of the weekend for John Okio, but again, just showing the Japanese team, even though they're fighting to the end, they turn over the ball here, mistake, the slap down and getting the ball back, and then they're off to the races. Hand off one here, fighting as well to stay in the game, and boom, just running one in from their 50 out. So yeah, great opportunity there, great try, and a great performance from a strong Kenyan team.
Coach Damon Grohl will be happy about his side. They've thoroughly enjoyed day 2 here at the Singapore Sevens. Kick from in front. Sails over. Time. It's Kenya that win the 9th semi-final by big score against Japan, 40 points to 7 full time.